What's up guys? Happy New Year's! Today I want to showcase 3 different comps featuring Yorktown and against Helena meta. The only constant in all of the fleets other than Yorktown herself is Enterprise. Also, my new HE rocket planes are not all plus 13 yet. In fact, only one of them are plus 13, so there is quite a bit of room to grow for these fleets. And let's get right into it. For the first fleet, I'm using AVP since obviously the boss moves. It also helps that AVP is good against light and medium, so she can complement the strengths of Yorktown and Enterprise. In the Vanguard, I'm using Anchorage as my tank, and then Helena because I do need her for this specific setup in order to one-shot. And Anshan just rounds out the Vanguard by being the highest DPS Vanguard against light armor enemies. The advantages of this fleet are obviously the fact that you will hit all of your rockets as well as aimed torps thanks to AVP slow. However, since you're taking a bunch of rockets as well as aimed torps, the planes that the enemy sends out will reveal the carriers. In this specific fight, the carriers are revealed for 2 out of 3 of their airstrikes, which significantly reduces their output. If you were against another enemy that didn't reveal your carriers, then this fleet would be a lot better, relatively speaking. For the second fleet, I'm using Hood. Not only is she very strong against light armor enemies herself, but her reload buff allows Enterprise and Yorktown to get off 4 airstrikes. Hood also provides some interception and AoE from her barrage, which is better suited for a lot of campaign and offsite fights if you need them. Since this is a 1 battlecruiser setup, she can take advantage of all the good stuff that are limited to 1 ship for battlecruisers and battleships, like for example the Rainbow Fire Control Radar, the 406 MK7, as well as Plymouth's buff. Since there are no slows, I tossed the Brigette on Enterprise because aimed torps are very likely to miss, and with a little experimentation, I realized that putting the Pancake on Yorktown's 3rd slot can actually keep your carriers hidden for the entire fight. It's pretty obvious that the Pancake, aka Flapjack, has the best interception out of all the damaging fighters, and from my runs, the difference in interception ability between the Pancake and something like, say, the Wyvern is really noticeable. Compared to the last fleet, since all of the airstrikes are hidden, despite there being no slows, as well as replacing a rocket slot with a Pancake, this fleet still manages to kill without Helena just due to its raw damage. And this is why I generally don't talk about best in slot equipments, since they vary greatly from battle to battle. I'm pretty sure nobody would have expected that the Pancake would be the best against a light armor boss. Also, here's what it looks like if I do use Helena with this fleet. As you can see, Hood is no slouch, that's for sure. And in the last fleet, I'm using Independence. This time I've gone with Sirius in the Vanguard, but if you want to turn this fleet into a full USS fleet, then you can replace her with Helena. Just like Hood, Independence's reload buff allows for a 4-strike setup. And since she has a strong torpedo slot, she can take the burden of interception off of Yorktown, who can then use rockets in her 3rd slot. Independence's reload buff seems slightly weaker than Hood's, so if you wanted to treat Hood's reload buff like a constant reload buff, I'd say it's somewhere between 13 to 15%. As for the other 2 Vanguards, I'm using Bremerton and Baltimore, and you can't stop me. Once again, thanks to being able to stay hidden for the entire fight, we can one-shot the boss even without the use of Helena. And keep in mind, this is with one of the rocket planes at plus 13 and 3 at plus 10, and so it has the potential to do quite a lot more damage. Anyways, that's all I wanted to show for this video. These are just 3 of the fleets that I came up with, but of course there are going to be many other potential good fleets that you can use. Try and do a little bit of experimentation yourself, and don't get hung up on trying to find the best fleet for everything. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.